Yeah, welcome to Big Boof Bets Get That Money podcast. It is the big game edition. I got with me here Mr. Big Boofy Scureman and Tony T-Bone Guarino. How you guys doing today?
I'm doing pretty good, man. It's that bittersweet time of the year. We get to see, two of the best teams go play each other for the title. And at the same time, it's going to be the last game of the season here. So looking forward to it, and at the same time, I'm dreading it.
Oh, amen, man. Like, it sucks because, as you said, you get to see the penultimate game, but at the same time, when it's over, we have like 7 months of no football.
Terrible.
And it's awful. My girlfriend rejoices, but I know we are all very, very sad.
Well, let's not forget about the XFL here. I mean, come on.
Oh, good point, Tom. Good point.
That's true.
Hey, units are units, right?
Units are units.
There could be an untapped resource here.
Oh man, but yeah, man, it's rough. Like it's like you said, it's the end of another profitable season, a very fun season. But like I said, then you're staring in the face of 7 months of no NFL football. Oh, it's just no wonder why February is so depressing. Sucks. Oh well. On to you there, Boof. How about last week?
Well, the conference championship game started great, or week, I should say. The conference championship week started great for us. But by the end of the 49ers-Packers game, we were down. We went 2-3 on the week with our locks. We advised you to stay away from the Chiefs game. And then all 5 of our picks were from the 49ers game. We had them -7, which was a winner. We had Aaron Jones under 67.5 yards rushing. That was a winner. And then we had Aaron Rodgers under 238.5 yards passing. Devontae Adams under 85.5 yards passing. And the Packers team total under 17.5. All of those lost. For me, the frustrating part about the game is that I felt like we were so right about it in the sense that we were calling for the 49ers beatdown, and it's exactly what we got. The problem is that they had it as such a beatdown so quickly that they were in the garbage time halfway through the third quarter. And by then, they're just giving up easy yards to these guys, and Rodgers and Adams were able to hit over on their yardage totals, and consequently, the Packers were able to hit the over on their team total as well. So what at halftime looked like it was going to be a beautiful 5-0 kind of week for us ended up being a 2-3, bringing our total to the season 44 wins, 34 losses, and 4 pushes with a 56.41% success rate.
Not bad. I mean, it's, that's profitable. That's where you want to be as far as the market standard of what's considered marketable success, which, obviously you definitely want to be there. But, the standard is the standard here at Big Boof Bets. And our standard is a higher standard. That's why you come and listen to us. And it's, we're very confident that if a bad year for us is 56%, I just can't wait to see a great year because after last year and this year, I feel fantastic about next year.
Yeah, well said. Well said. I agree with that.
And just to add to your point there, to backtrack a little bit more there, Boof, I mean, like even our buddy Blake at halftime, he was like, my God, you guys were so right on about this 49ers game. And we were like, I mean, yeah, we were. Like you said, I mean, the problem was garbage time happened too damn early because all of that stuff under a scenario where the 49ers just keep playing the game, we go 5-0 last week. I mean, it was a slam dunk. But like you said, man, they're at that point, like they were just beat them down so much. They beat them down too bad, too quickly, which was just crazy. Oh man, but yeah, such is life in the betting world. Got to watch the back door.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that comes with player props too. So it is what it is.
Indeed. All right, so we're ready to move on to the game that is played on Sunday.
Okay, well, this year's big game will feature the San Francisco 49ers against the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs being your pseudo home team, laying 1.5, and you're over under at 54.5.
Well, we are one step away from my, I believe it wasn't beginning of the season, very early season prediction of Mr. Patty Mahomes, season MVP, Super Bowl MVP, Super Bowl champion, best quarterback ever. I mean, you think I'm joking? Like, not that much. Yeah, come on now. Again, is there any doubt which way I'm going here? Chiefs. This is going to be a good game. I love the Niners. They have a well balanced team on both sides of the ball. Fantastic defense, elite pass rush, good secondary. They have all the tools to shut down an offense and a player like Patty Mahomes, and so that the Chiefs definitely have their work cut out for them. They definitely do. And offensively, the Niners are, they're a very balanced unit. They can run it very well. They have weapons galore for Garoppolo. I mean, you have Debo, you have Sanders, Kittle, and a couple different backs, including Mostert. So they can move the ball. And the Chiefs, an improved defense over what they've traditionally been over the last few years. Honestly, what gives me, I should say, hope or thought that the Chiefs can actually pull it out here is the fact that if you can shut down an elite back like Henry with what he was doing the past half of the season and in the playoffs, I feel pretty good about shutting down a no-name back like Mostert. I mean, it would take another Herculean effort by his offensive line, which was giving him mammoth holes to run through against the Packers. I mean, there was a crazy stat last week where he was averaging not getting touched until he was 7 yards downfield. Like, most of his yards, he had like 220 yards. I believe he had like 189 yards before contact. Like, that is absolutely insane. That means that I could have ran through those holes and probably got touched a lot sooner, but still got yards, which is nuts. But yeah, I think the Chiefs have the tools to give a team like the Niners trouble. And one of the few props that I have mentioned already that I do really like a lot and is borderline lockable for me is Patty Mahomes over 30.5 rushing yards. He's gone way over that playoff games. So I definitely think that's something that's very, very worth looking into. And I probably will be putting that either something both individually on that and or in a same game parlay. And beyond that, I know we're going to talk to some more props in a little bit here. I'll hand it over to you there, Boof.
Okay, yeah. I don't like this game, like, from a betting standpoint, as far as am I going to lock anything or any kind of stuff like that. Like I was telling the guys beforehand during our discussion, if this game was in the regular season, I would be like, yeah, I'm looking forward to watching it, but it's a pass for me because I really just don't know how it's going to go. If you made me, I would take San Francisco plus 1.5. I do like them to win the game. It's just a lack of a degree of confidence that is attached to it. I think San Francisco is a complete team. I think they are good at every aspect of the game. I think they're very good at every aspect of the game. So teams win titles, not just one player. I mean, KC's showing up with the best QB, which is the most important position on the field. But I do think San Francisco is better in a lot of areas. I think they're better across the board on defense. I think their offensive line is better. I think their passing game is still very good. So that is why I like San Francisco to win the game. I am kind of interested in Sammy Watkins over 47.5 yards. I think that regardless of whether the game plays out where it's going to be the Chiefs winning or San Francisco winning, Kansas City's going to be throwing the football. And I do think that San Francisco is going to have to show a little bit of extra respect to Tyreek Hill and like Mecole Hardman, some of these speedsters that are out there. And I think it's going to leave a little bit of extra room for Watkins, just kind of controlling the middle of the field there. And in both playoff games, Watkins has gone 76 yards and 114 yards. So he would have covered that in both of the Chiefs' playoff games this year already. So that might be my favorite prop as far as something that is bettable out of there. But my general strategy for this game, I'm going to be doing 2 same-game parlays, and I'm going to have one where I've got the Chiefs winning, and I'm going to have one where I have San Francisco winning, and I will share those with you guys at the end of the show here. But that's kind of what I'm looking at, and then beyond that, if I like something live, I'm going to bet on that. But for the most part, I'm going to make 2 small same-game parlay bets that can get a huge payout and hope for the best.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, obviously, we have talked many times about different live betting things. So, I mean, yeah, absolutely. That's definitely a given as far as keeping your eye out for certain live line and live player prop possibilities. So, yeah, I'm definitely with you on a lot of that stuff. So, obviously, as you already said, this game would definitely be a pass as far as if we were locking anything as far as the total or the spread. But I didn't think I heard you pick a winner, though, Boof.
I'm San Francisco.
Okay. All right. So I'll pizza box the game with you if you'd like to do that.
I'll pizza box with you. Why not?
Of course. You pizza box the Chiefs with me. Oh, my God. I'll do that every day of the week and twice on Sunday, baby.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, Nate, can we get it one more time for the people then?
Yes!
There we go. Well, while we're on the subject of fun bets like the pizza box is for everyone, might be a great time where we can discuss some of the what I consider the most fun bets for the big game. Top of the list for me being the over-under on the total time for the national anthem. I have been watching this closely for the last 2 weeks, just trying to get a beat on this and see where this is going to end up. And it looks like it has settled in at the over-under of 2 minutes. This year, for those of you who are unaware, Demi Lovato will be the one singing the national anthem. And if you look at all the research that's out there, I mean, she's got some history. She's got 5 or 6 of these under her belt in some big-time games. And she's done some big-time national anthems for a Conor McGregor fight in the UFC. And I believe she's done some MLB playoffs and the likes. If you look at the consensus, I think that you have to lean the over here. You have to lean the over on the 2 minutes. When she sings a cappella, which she will be singing a cappella, she tends to definitely take her time through it. The payout's not great right now on the over 2 minutes. It's a minus 230. So what you might want to do is, if you're really feeling, it's a lot of juice. You got to give up a lot to take that. If you're feeling like you want to really squeeze a little bit of something out of this, there are sort of, I guess we can call them teased lines for the national anthem. There are
teasing the national
anthem. It's actually a little less, but there is a 2 minutes and 4 seconds that at least brings you down to a minus 130, and I'd still feel comfortable at an over at that. So I think if I was going to look at anything, I'd probably be looking at the over 2 minutes and 4 seconds at the minus 130. But again, at the straight 2 minutes, I think you're just going to still comfortably move with an over on that.
That's amazing.
Unless all the money comes in on one side.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Because Boof, you had a great point.
Sorry. I haven't seen this on any of my betting sites, but I heard a guy talking about on the radio that one of the lines was for the duration of the last note.
That actually, okay, so that is another.
Over under, it was either 5 or 7 seconds, something like that.
It's at 5.5 right now, I believe. Okay. Let me, 5.5. It's a very real. I mean, if you want to talk about getting freaky with some Super Bowl national anthem prop bets, here's a good one for you. Will fireworks be heard after bombs bursting in air during the national anthem? You got the no at -260 and the yes at +175. I mean, I got to lean yes there at +175. I mean,
can I empty my bank account on yes? That's a given.
But is it? I mean, that's the thing. But again, like these things are out there. I encourage you to search around for them. There are some very, very weird circumstantial bets based on just what's happening during the national anthem. It's just fun stuff to play around with. Obviously, we don't recommend emptying units on this, but you just want to bring a little bit something silly to the game. Lighten up some of the serious betting you're doing. It's just something fun to play around with. Go check out your books and see what you can find on that.
Oh, no doubt. And I love your detailed breakdown earlier.
Yeah, that's some good stuff there.
It definitely, it was not only great stuff, it definitely made me and Boof laugh. I know, Boofy, like even you said something to the effect, like, this is one of those things where, like, of the things that could be fixed, like, I feel like
how does somebody knock it in Demi's ear and be like, I need you to hold that as long as we can, baby.
We got a lot of money on the under. We need you to hold that long.
The opposite, like, hey, wrap it up quick. Keep it moving.
It's like, I don't understand how you could do that. It's almost like when people bet on like WWE wrestling. It's like people know who's going to win.
This is like a predetermined thing.
Exactly. So just you got to talk to the right person. Oh my God. But is there any other props that you like, Boof, Tone?
No, I guess I'll share my same game parlays that I have in with you guys here.
Oh, please do.
So like I said earlier, I mean, I'm going to pick one with the Chiefs winning and one with San Francisco winning. So this one is my San Francisco winning one. I've got the 49ers on the money line. I've got under 54.5 points in the game. Patrick Mahomes under 300.5 passing yards, which by the way, he only had 294 last week, or not last week, in the conference championship game against Tennessee. So just keep that in mind. In a game where they were pretty explosive offensively, he was still under 300 yards there. I've got Raheem Mostert over 77.5 rushing yards. I have Raheem Mostert to score a touchdown, anytime touchdown score. And I also have the San Francisco defense scoring a touchdown. This will give you a plus 9,530 payout. So $10, for example, would win you $952. Now, on the Chiefs side of things, I have one with them winning. I have the Chiefs -1.5, over 54.5. I've got Patrick Mahomes over 300.5 passing yards. Raheem Mostert under 77.5 rushing yards. I've got Jimmy Garoppolo going over 240.5 passing yards. Patrick Mahomes over 30.5 rushing yards. I have Travis Kelce as an anytime touchdown scorer, Sammy Watkins as an anytime touchdown scorer, and Sammy Watkins over 47.5 yards receiving. This one gives you a plus 14,392 payout. So $10, for example, would win you $1,439. So two things, incredibly low risk, or I guess low risk as far as how much money you're putting in play. High reward. Probably not going to hit it, but anything's possible.
Absolutely. We hit one of those recently. I know we were both happy about that.
So looking forward to it. And then, like I said, once I get into the game, if I got a feel, or I think I have a feel for something live betting wise, then I might get a little bit more serious with it.
I got you. There was a few things that I still liked beyond, and also in conjunction with what we were talking about. I mean, as far as just single props, I do like, as I said, one of my favorite ones probably the over 30.5 yards rushing for Pat Mahomes. I do think with two elite tight ends, obviously the two best tight ends in the NFL right now, between Kelsey and Kittle, I don't see any way how either of them don't score, at least one of them don't score a touchdown. So I think, honestly, at plus money for any time touchdown scorer, you can feel comfortable betting either of them to score a touchdown. Ironically, as well, both of their yardage totals are at 74.5. I would also take the over on both of those. I mean, obviously, these are all things that I think have a really good chance of hitting. An interesting one that I saw, I know you guys probably know where I'm going with this, was the jersey number, the jersey number of the first touchdown scorer over under 26.5. So, and it was under was minus 130 and over was plus 110. So you're getting a little bit of plus money with the over. So I'm looking at that and I started thinking, I'm like, well, geez, that's literally everyone except both tight ends pretty much that can score a touchdown, because all the wide receivers are in the teens, most of them, if not all of them, I believe. And as far as the Chiefs go, the two main wide receivers for the 49ers are both in the teens. And then obviously both quarterbacks, the Damian Williams is number 26. And then Boof pointed out, he's like, well, wait a minute. Mostert's number 31. I was like, yeah, that changes things a little bit. So it's still, so what it basically comes down to is it's the field to score the first touchdown, or Kelsey, Kittle, or Mostert, which those are three pretty big names that could score a touchdown. So I liked it better before Booth pointed out what number Mostert was. I'd still lean to the under because you have a lot more player probability there and really good players. So, but I just thought that prop was so interesting. That's not a prop you're going to see on a regular season game. Like, it's only in the Super Bowl you're going to see a prop like that. So I'm just like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. And but yeah, I thought that was pretty good. And Tone, like you were talking to one, if you could expand on a little bit more here before we, I think we're about to wrap things up here.
Yeah.
About the consecutive unanswered touchdown props you were talking about, which I thought were interesting as well.
Yeah, I have a few I'll toss in here that are, actually game related as opposed to the odd. But yeah, some of the interesting things out there. There's a prop line for either team to score 3 unanswered times, excluding the extra point. So that prop's available for a yes or no, which I think 3 unanswered touchdowns or 3 unanswered scores. I'm sorry. Is a big ask in this type of caliber game. So I would go with the no, which gives you a plus 170 payout. I think there's some value in that bet there. Besides that, a couple other ones that I had outlined. Another one was total number of players to have a passing attempt.
I love this one, dude. I really.
And that over under is at 2.5. So I mean, if any other player rostered on the field playing in this game makes a pass attempt other than the 2 quarterbacks, or like Booth pointed out, if one of the quarterbacks gets hurt by some, godforsaken accident, whatever, injury, then that's another passing attempt that counts as it. And so over 2.5 at a plus 150. I mean, there's a lot of value in that, if you ask me.
That is a great.
I'm definitely going to put that in. When you found that, I was like, dude, I like that a lot.
Well, and we talked about it. I mean, these guys have 2 weeks, like you said. They've had 2 weeks to sit here and scheme for this game, and but coaching on both sides. I mean, these guys are two types of coaches that'll get after it.
Yeah, and I feel like they both can be creative. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I don't know. I definitely think you'll see something.
Yeah, so over 2.5 at plus 150. I think there's a lot of value to be found there. And then another one, if you believe in the Sammy Watkins performance tomorrow, the player to have the most receiving yards, Sammy Watkins is at a plus 950. And, I mean, that's just – he has the potential to do so. The 49ers are going to be, I think, very, very focused on taking Tyreek Hill, the threat of the deep ball out of the game. Sammy could potentially have a lot underneath there to open up for him. So at that almost plus 1,000 odds, I think it doesn't hurt to throw just a little bit on there, and you might find yourself getting quite a nice payout for that. And then the last one, actually, Steve, this is just a bounce off of a piece of your same game parlay. I mean, if you like San Francisco to score a defensive touchdown, there isn't any defensive special teams touchdown prop. So either team for a defensive or special teams touchdown at a yes for plus 185. So, I mean, I think there's a lot of room there, too. I could see defensive points happening. KC is obviously very capable of some special teams breaking out on a special teams for a touchdown.
Yeah.
So
my personal thinking on that was like if San Francisco gets a lead, Mahomes does have a little bit of Brett Favre in him where like he because he actually can, he thinks he can fit a ball anywhere.
Yeah.
Yep. Now, he has not thrown an interception in the playoffs, so he's been outstanding. But I do think if you get them behind against a defense as good as San Francisco's, I do think you'll get him taking chances, and I think they will get one of them and with a decent chance to be able to score. You obviously get a great payout on that.
You watch your mouth with that blasphemy.
Yeah, but anyway, so that at a plus 185 again, I think is some great value to go ahead and put a little conservative bet in on, and hopefully you can ride that one out too.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think that's about all I got there, gentlemen. And to my knowledge, we actually don't have any locks this week. Sad, but hey,
yeah, oh well,
it's the Super Bowl, baby.
It's the big game.
Every man for themselves in this game. We can only bring you to the water. Drink as much as you want.
That being said, best of luck to everybody, and let's get that money.
Thanks for a great season, everybody. Let's get that money. Cheers.